Hi everyone, my name is Anu. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about Python operators. This video includes all of the operators of Python, such as arithmetic operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, and so on. If you are a beginner of Python, then stay tuned. Now, let's get started. The first one is arithmetic operators. Before we dive into arithmetic operators, let's quickly understand what operators and operands are. In Python, operators are special symbols that carry out arithmetic or logical computations. The value that the operator operates on is called operand. For example, in the expression a plus b, plus is the operator and a and b are the operands. The types of arithmetic operators are addition and unary plus, subtraction and unary minus, multiplication, division, floor division, modulus, and power. Now let's discuss each of these operators. First is the addition operator. In addition operator, we have unary plus, which is applied on single operand, whereas the binary addition operators, they are applied on two operands. Now let's go and practice in Jupyter Notebook. Let's create new file, notebook, and first we'd like to do unary plus, so hash unary plus. So unary plus is when the operator is applied on single operand. So for we assign some variable x equals to some value to it, and we assign -5 and y, and we want to perform unary plus. So y equals to plus x print y. So we have applied addition operator plus to the variable x, and now if you run, it will give -5. Similarly, let's see the binary plus, hash binary plus. We're going to create two variables, a equals to, let's say 2, and b equals to 4, and we will create another variable result and perform a plus b. It's a general, like a mathematical formula, and we print result colon double quote result, and we run this file, and it gives the result 6, that is a plus b equals to 4 and 2 is 6. So this is how we perform arithmetic operator in Python. The next is subtraction operator, and unary minus operator is applied on single operand, whereas the binary minus operators are applied on two operands. Now let's see some example. Has unary minus, we're going to do the similar is the unary plus. So x equals to -4, let's say, and y equals to, so we are doing minus here, so minus to variable x, and parenthesis is not required, but we prefer to write because it gives clear way of writing code, and we print y, and yeah, minus to minus into minus plus, that's why the output is 4. Now we are doing binary minus, has binary subtraction create the variable a as earlier we assigned 6, and for b we are assigning 3, and we are storing in result, that's a minus b, and we want to print the result. So result colon comma result, and we'll run and see the result. Yeah, the result value of the result is 6 minus 3, that's a 3. The next one is multiplication operator. It is also a binary operator and it multiplies the two operands. So let's go and see some code in Jupyter Notebook. Here we are, and hash binary multiplication, enter, a equals to, let's say, 5 and b equals to 5, result equals to a asterisk b, and we add parenthesis and print result multiplication result. Yeah, now we run this code, and we get answer 25. That's 5 into 5, 25. Another is division operator, and this operator is used to divide the first operand by the second operand. Let's see some example. Hash binary division, a equals to 10, let's say, b equals to 5. We store in result equals to a divide, that's a forward slash b, and we print division result, and now we will run the command. Run. Yeah, the answer is 2.0. In fact, in Python the division operator always gives the decimal value. Here comes the floor division. It is represented by double forward slash, and it's a regular division operator but rounds the result to the whole number. It always gives output as an integer value. So let's go and write some code for floor division. Now has floor division enter. So I'm going to use the same variables for a and b value, and we are using result a forward slash to double forward slash and b, and then print floor division, and then result. Let's run it, and oops, there's an error on the 2, that's a type error result. I think I have forgotten to write equals to. Yeah, now let's run again. Yeah, it's done, and the result it shows is 2. Here we don't see the decimal point because the floor division it rounds the result to the whole numbers. Next is modulus operator. It performs division but it returns the remainder as a result. Let's write code has modulus operation, enter. Again we create a variable and assign 10 and b variable and assign 3, and we are going to store in result equals to parenthesis a modulus b print double quote modulus comma result, and we will print. Yeah, the modulus or the remainder is 1. If we divide 10 by 3, the remainder is 1, right? Finally, we have power operator or exponentiation operator, and this operator is used to raise one number to the power of another, and it used a double asterisk. Now let's open our Jupyter notebook and try it. Has exponentiation a equals to b equals 2 and result equals parenthesis a asterisk asterisk b and then print double quote exponentiation colon comma result. Now we'll run. Yeah, the result is 4. That means 2 to the power 2 is 4. Okay, that's all for arithmetic operators. Now let's move to the logical operator. Logical operators are used to combine conditional statements. Python supports 3 logical operators: AND, OR, and NOT. These operators are essential for making decisions in your code. Now let's dive into each one. The first one is AND operator. It returns true if both operands are true. Let's see it in action with an example. Logical AND operators. Enter. We are creating variable a and we'll assign true, and then we create another variable b and we'll assign false to it. And here we create result and we want to perform logical AND operation between the variable a and b. Now we are going to print the result. AND operator and result. Let's run it and the result is false. In AND operation, if one of the variable is false, then the result will be false. Now let's move to the OR operator. The OR operator returns true if at least one of the operands is true. Let's see its example. has logical OR operator. We're going to create two variables, C and D. So C we will assign true, and for D variable we'll assign false. So D equals false. We're going to create another variable, result, and we will use logical OR operation between C and D, C or D. Now we will print OR operator, my result, and then we run the code. It will give true. In the OR operation, if one of the input is true, then the result is true. The last one is NOT operator. The NOT operator is used to invert the value of the operand. If the operand is true, NOT returns false, and vice versa. Let's see an example. Has logical NOT operator. Let's create variable A and assign true. We'll create another variable B and we'll assign false to it. Another variable result. Then we apply NOT operator to variable A, and then we are going to print the result. In NOT operator we only use the one operand, result, and then we run the command. Not A, it was true earlier and now it's false. So this much for logical operator. Now let's move to the bitwise operator. Bitwise operators are used to manipulate bits in integers. They include AND, OR, XOR, NOT, and bitwise left shift and the right shift operators. Let's go and see each one with examples. The bitwise AND operator compares two numbers and returns 1 if both bits are 1, else it returns 0. Now let's see the example. We assume A equals to 10 and B equals to 6. The binary representation of 10 equals to 1010 and binary representation of B, that's 6, equals to 0110. We then perform A and B and the result is 0010. So the last one is 00 equals to 0, and if both bits are 1 then it is 1, else it is 0. And the decimal representation of 0010 is 2. Now let's go and practice in Jupyter Notebook. Bitwise AND operator. So I'm going to create variable A equals to 6 here, and another variable B equals to 5. Then I'm going to print the binary value of A. So binary of A equals to, I'm using the function bin A. Similarly, binary of B bin B. Now run the code. it will give the binary value of A110 and B101, and we'll create another variable result and perform AND operation between A and B, and then we print the result. Bitwise AND of A and B is result, and the result is 4, that is in the decimal value. Next we have is the bitwise OR operator, and in this case it returns 1 if any of the bit is 1, else it returns 0. Let's see the example. A equals to 10, B equals to 6, and as earlier, binary representation of A is 1010 and binary representation of B is 0110, and A or B equals to 1110. That means if any of the bit is 1, then it gives the result 1, and the decimal value of 1110 is equals to 14. Now we are going to practice in Python code. Has bitwise OR operator, enter A equals to 3, B equals to 5, and we are printing binary values of A and B. Bin A, print binary of B, bin B, and we run that. We'll get the binary value of 3 and 5, and then we create result variable and we perform A or B, and we print the result. Bitwise OR of A and B is to result, and then we run the code, and the decimal value is 7. Here we have bitwise XOR operator. So in this case it returns 1 if one of the bits is 1, else it returns 0. And let's see the example. A equals to 10 and B equals to 6, and binary representation of 10 is equals to 1010, and the binary of B is 0110, and if we do XOR between A and B it gives 110, and the decimal equivalent of it equals to 12. Let's go and write some code in Python. Hash bitwise XOR operator. Let's create variable B equals to 4 and C equals to 5, and we are going to print the binary of B, bin B, and print binary of C, bin C. We'll run and see the binary values. Yeah, binary value is like that, and we'll create another variable result, and we do XOR B and C, and then we print the result. Bitwise XOR of A and B result. Then we run and the resulting value is 1. So this is how we calculate XOR in Python. The next operator is the bitwise NOT operator, and in this case it returns complements of a number. And let's see the example. And if A equals to 10 and binary of A equals to 1010, and the NOT operator of A, that is 1010, is equivalent to 0101. It basically complements the number, and the resulting value is the 5 in the decimal. Has bitwise NOT operator. enter a equals 7 and print binary of a bin a, and we see the binary value of 7, that's 111, and result equals to not of a. While performing not operator, in this case it also consider the sign bit of the 111. So if we print the result, the value will be -8. Next is bitwise right shift operator, and it shifts the bit to the right. Let's see the example. A equals to 10 and binary of a equals to 1010. Here I have added 0 because it represents the sign bit and which represent the positive value. And if we shift the a by 1 bit, then our value will be 00101, and this is equivalent to the decimal value of 5. The last bitwise operator is left shift operator, and it shifts the bits to the left. For example, a equals to 5 and binary of a equals to 0101, and we want to shift the bit by 1 bit, then equals to 1010, and the decimal equivalent of 1010 is 10. Now let's write the code. Hash bitwise shift operator, enter a equals to 8, and then we will print the binary of 8 equals to bin a, and we see the binary value. We'll create variable result and we will shift a to left by 1 bit, and then let's change to result 1, and result 2 will be right shift to 1 bit, and then we are going to print left shift of a result 1 and print right shift of a is result 2. Let's run this code and we get the result 16 and 4. So this much for bitwise operator. Now let's move to the identity operators. Identity operators in Python are used to compare the memory locations of two objects. They help you determine whether the two variables reference the same object in the memory or not. There are two identity operators in Python, is operator and is not operator. Is operator returns true if both variables refer to the same object in the memory, whereas is not operator returns true if both variables do not refer to the same object in the memory. Now let's practice the Python code of identity operator in Jupyter Notebook. Hash identity operator, let's practice the is operator first. Hash is operator, let's create variable a and we'll assign 1 to 3 value to it, 1, 2, 3, and again we'll create another variable b and we'll assign here b equals to a. Again we are creating another variable c and we will assign the same value like 1, 2 and 3. Now let's print. So print A, we are using is operator, is B. And if we run this, A is B returns true because both A and B point to the same list in the memory. Similarly, if we print A is C, then it returns the result false. It is because A and C point to the different objects even though their contents are the same. Now let's go and see the is not operator. Hash is not operator. Let's create the variable x, and we are using string here, hello, and we'll also create another variable y, and we'll assign the same hello to it. Let's create another variable z, and we'll write here world. Now we are going to print x is not y. Let's run this. Now the result is false. It returns false because both x and y refer to the same string object. Similarly, if we do print x is not z, then it should return the value true. Yes, it is because x and z refer to different string objects here. Okay, this is all we have learned in identity operator. Now let's move to the comparison operator. Comparison operators in Python are used to compare the two values, and they basically return a Boolean value that is either true or the false based on the comparison of the two operands. And these operators are very crucial for the decision making while programming, such as in the conditional statements and the loops. The first one is greater than operator. So in this case, left operand is greater than right operand. As shown in the example, if x and y are two operands, then we can represent x is greater than y. Similarly, in less than operator, the left operand is less than the right operand, and we can represent x is less than y. The next one is equal to operator. In this case, left operand is equal to the right operand, and we represent x double equals to y because the single equal to it represents as an assignment operator. Now we have less than or equal to operator. In this case, the left operand is either less than or equal to the right operand, and we can represent as shown in the example, x is less than or equal to y. Now let's move to the another operator. This is greater than or equal to. In this case, left operand is greater than or equal to the right operand, and we can represent by x is greater than or equals to y. The last is not equal to operator. In this case, the left operand is not equal to the right operand, and we denote it by x does not equal to y. Now let's practice all of the comparison operators in Python code. Hash comparison operator. We will create variable a and assign value 10 to it. and we'll also create another variable and assign 20 to it. Now we are using comparison operator. So first we will use greater than. Let's write print a is greater than b. So this statement checks if a is greater than b or not. Since a is 10 and b is 20, it is false. That's why it should return false. So let's run it. Yeah, it is false. Now let's check a is less than b. Then it will check if a is less than b or not. Let's run it. It will give true. Similarly, another comparison operator is a is equal to b or not. So in this case we use the double equals to, because the single equals to, it is equivalent to like the assignment operator. That's why we'll check this. So in this case a is 10 and b is 20. That's why it should return false. Now we are running it. Yeah, false. Another comparison operator is we have greater than equal to. A is greater than or equal to b. So in this case it should have one of the condition true. Either a should be greater than b or a is equal to b. So in this case a is not greater than b and a is not equals to b. So it will return false. Let's run it. Yes. Another is print a is less than or equal to b. So it will also compare the two condition here. So in this case a is less than b. So this statement is correct. Hence it will give true. One of the statement is correct. Now run it. Yes, true. Similarly, we will check print a does not equals to b. It will return true because a is 10 and b is 20. Let's run it. Yes, true. Now we have just completed the comparison operator of the integer value, but we also can perform with the strings. So let's write with the comparison operator with strings. Let's create string 1 variable and we'll assign apple as a string, and another is a string 2 and banana. Now we will use comparison operator as earlier. So print a here, string 1 is greater than string 2 or not. So this statement checks if string 1 is greater than string 2 or not, and Python compares string based on the alphabetical order of the characters. So here string 1 is apple, so first A comes, and in string 2 it is banana, then B comes, then A and B are compared. So if A and B are compared, then it should return false because A is smaller than B. So let's run it. Yes, this is false. Now let's see, A is smaller, string 1 is smaller than string 2. So in this case it should return true. Yeah, it is true. And another is print string 1 equals to string 2. Let's run it. It is false because both are different. Similarly, print string 1 is greater than equal to string. So in this case, either greater than or equal to should be satisfied to get the true answer. Let's run it. False, because it is neither greater than nor equals to. Another is print string 1 is less than equal to string 2. It is true because string 1 is less than string 2. One of the condition is satisfied here. And the last one is print string 1 does not equals to string 2. Let's run it, and it is true because string 1 is not equal to string 2. Okay, that much for comparison operator. I think I have clarified how comparison operators works in Python. Now let's get started with the membership operator. The membership operators in Python, it checks for the presence of the value in a sequence like list, strings, and so on. Another point is that it returns true if the value is found in the sequence, otherwise it returns false. There are two types of membership operators, that is in operator and not in operator. Now let's dive into each one. The first one is in operator, and it checks if a specified value exists in the sequence, and it returns true if the value is found, otherwise it returns false. Now let's go and write Python code for in operator. Hash the in operator. Now let's create a list and we name fruits equals to apple, and then banana, then orange, and we close the list, and we will say print and apple in fruits, and we'll close it, and we will run it, and it returns true. It is because apple is an element of the list fruits. Similarly, let's see print, we can say grape in fruits. Okay, it should return false. Let's see, false, and it is because the grape is not in the list. That's why it returns false. The second one is not in operator, and it checks if a specified value does not exist in the sequence. Similarly, it returns true if the value is not found, otherwise it returns false. Let's open our Jupyter notebook and practice not in operator. Now let's see the not in operator. So hash the not in operator, and here we'll create a variable named string1 and we'll assign like a string type hello world, and then okay, let's say print hello, and we'll say not in string 1. Let's run it. It will return false because the hello is present in the string 1. Similarly, if we do print, let's say hi, and not in string 1, then we run it, it will return true because hi is not found in the string. Okay, this much for today. I hope I have explained all of the operators of Python properly. If my videos are helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel so that I get motivated to create more valuable contents, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to get notified of my latest videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.